about them. Unasikia?
Yes.
But you there's mention of the Kamba people, there's mention of the Masai people, there's mention of the Nandi people, the Giriama people, the Mijika. Hello, good morning. This is Kenya News Alerts and this is Morning Tea Show with your host House of Zulfa. Alafu leo nimewaletea mgeni. Wacha introduce.
Hello, I'm Philip Lewis and I'm happy to be here with you today. Welcome.
Relax. Just relax, yeah?
Yeah.
So Lewis,
Yes.
tuambie. Umesema aje Lewis?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lewis, tell us about you kidogo.
Okay. I'm a Christian. Today's on a Sunday, so that's one thing. I'm 21. Yeah, and I love being me. Okay. Firstly,
Okay. Sawa. Sawa.
I've never been to a studio, so
Okay. Sawa. Tuanze tena. Okay, so but today you're welcome. You're welcome here.
thank you. It's my
At K.N.A
pleasure.
News Alerts TV. So today we're going to talk about the conflicts. Kuna kitu ambayo inajulikana mpaka mtoto akizaliwa leo atakuwa anajua. Sawa? It is the political issue, you know, between the Luo and the Kikuyus. You know, sio unajua hiyo kitu ambayo ilifanyika pia 07 tukapigana sana. I don't know kama si watu wa other tribes who are fighting ama just only these two tribes that were fighting, you know. What do you think about that? Why is it that everything that is political lazima ikuwe about the Luo and the Gikuyus?
Okay, since independence, those two tribes are like they have been on a clash. It's like we have our own titans and Olympians in Kenya.
Fighting.
Yeah, they're always fighting. But one thing about our fighting is that this never end. Because I remember my history teacher in primary was like, there was this one time Jomo Kenyatta went to Kisumu, and he was thrown stones at. The stones was thrown. Even like the recent one, where the former president went to it happened. But this one was different because it is said that, I don't know if it is a conspiracy, I just heard that he ordered that all those men who did that to be circumcised, like by force. And that
Now who ordered?
the president. The president and Jomo Kenyatta. And I was like, is that even possible?
You know, by the way, you know, just risking it, yeah. Even my primary teacher, my social studies then teacher was like, there was the way that now the Raila awongea, it is because something happened to him. I don't know if it's Moi or Jomo Kenyatta ordered the two. I don't know.
Okay.
But you know, the thing is, there are other tribes. Took 42 tribes.
43.
43.
Yeah.
Because of the Indians now.
No, kuna zingine ilitokea. The one from Congo. Yenye ilikujanga huko na ikaishi Mombasa. Yeah.
Yeah. Update sasa. Kumbe your history is good. Yeah. So there are other tribes. We had like 43.
Yeah.
So tukitoa wawili 41 of Acha Waluo and the Luo and the Gikuyus, yeah. And we are here as Kenyan people, and it's like we have no voice when it comes to political issues. Only these two tribes talking. Mara ndako Mulima, Murima wamesema aje na the lake people wamesema aje. Utasikia eti the eastern people wamesema aje, the Nile, the
Masai,
the Samburu people wamesema aje, you know, only late tumeanza kusikia okay, tumekuwa maybe 3 tribes kidogo because of the president wetu ni sai
Ruto
ni Mkale, the Kalenjin, you know. So it affects us as a people because they fight, and it's like sisi tumesimama hapo wengine hapo kando, let them talk, you know. Let them talk ati wamesema aje, tunaangalia mlima, tunaangalia maji, you know. And it is there have been a lot of bloodshed because of that. There have been a lot of things happening that are not good for the other tribes. And the question is, why doesn't other tribes now, other people talk about it? I want to get involved, because ukisema for example Wakamba ni Kalonzo ni kama tu ako tu hapo, you know. It's like Raila Uhuru, babake
Jomo Kenyatta and Odinga,
Kibaki Raila. And
Moi Raila.
Yeah. But then Raila was from time ya Moi, from
time ya Kenyatta.
Jomo. Yeah, na babake wanga time ya nini?
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? That is a question. As a citizen, as another tribe of this
as another tribe of this loving country.
Of this country, as a people, how, because these political issues, you know, why are there only 2 tribes talking? Why is that?
Okay, the reason is because we are told with everything there must be a beginning. So we can imagine that the beginning, in the beginning there were no those other tribes were not even heard anywhere.
No heard anywhere. Unajua ukisema hivyo, kuna mtu kama Masaku. Masaku like was there kwa mlima akienda kupanda hiyo stuff hapo. The Masaku people also fought.
Yes, they did.
Also fought.
Yes, they did.
You know, yeah. I don't just care about the Masai fighting, but I've not heard about the Masai. But hata bado kwa history, I don't know, nimesikia kuna watu kama wao au Masako, kuna watu kama Mekatilili wa Menza from the Giriama people. There are which other tribes, you know? But they did fight. But we only told about Dedan Kimanthi. We only taught about Jomo Kenyatta fighting, you know, but we are not taught about other people, other tribes that fought. Yeah, but they did fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what about the 6, the Kapenguria 6? Kuna tribes ngapi kwa the Kapenguria 6? Do you know the Kapenguria 6?
I used to
Let me confirm them, because
I used to sing them.
That was David Nani, Jomo Kenyatta. Let us go back then and see the Kapenguria 6. There are other tribes there. You know, it wasn't only the Luos and the Nini and the Gikuyus. Let me see the Kapenguria 6, yeah? So that thing really, me unisumbua. And I used to ask my mom back in 07 nilikuwa class kitu. And I remember asking my mom, like, why? Sema?
Bildad Kagia. Kungu Karumba, Jomo Kenyatta, Fred Kubai, Paul Ngei, and Achieng Oneko.
Now I'm searching how many tribes.
The tribes.
How many tribes are
there in the Bildad Kagia ni?
Kagia. Nzakuwa ni mbele ama something. Are there in the Kapenguria 6? Because I was asking my mom, how is it that only 2 people, and my mom was like, atujui imekuwa tu hivyo tangu the beginning of Kenya, you know, sawa, and tumekuwa like okay sawa. Paul Ngei, is Ngei Kamba?
Yeah.
Sindio? Kubai,
okay, I think that is it a Luo or what? I can't lie, I don't know.
Okay, the thing is, I can say yes. The thing is, other tribes fought. Sawa? Okay, I think at the end kulibaki Odinga na Jomo Kenyatta. No, Jomo Kenyatta akuwa prime minister. And then they said that those people sacrificed, the Luo people sacrificed something, you know, for Kenya. But I think that other tribes too sacrificed, because they didn't come only uko kwa Central na at the lake. They came also Mombasa. In fact, when they arrived, walienda Mombasa kwanza 1849. That's when they arrived in kuletwaje somewhere Mombasa. Somewhere.
Is it the...
They arrived there. The thing is they are...
Yeah.
And tribes fought for their land. Everyone everywhere was fighting for their land. Okay, you say when it came to push and shove, eti walibaki watu wawili. But the Pungoria 6 walikuwa ni watu ambao they were there to take this government, to tell the people to go away. You know, the Mau Mau also and stuff. But I think everyone should be involved in this. I think we need like a Maasai president, you know? Sawa, kuna mtu ambaye alikuwa anaambia Tanzania, I don't know if it was a real thing then, alikuwa anaambia eti huu mwaka ukuwa na president ambaye ni Mkristo, mwaka mwingine kuna kwa ambaye ni Muislamu, you know? That's what they do. I don't know, sija research bado nikajua vizuri, but I think we need that kind of thing in Kenya, yeah? Because how can only 2 tribes? Sasa kama kuna issue ambayo ina trend sasa inabaki ule Luo, kuna this Luo person ambaye kwa ni soldier number 1 wa Raila, ametusi wa Kikuyu sana, amekuwa like a lot of things that I will not say here in live, you know, but and then the Kikuyu will come again and speak something. So as I'm asking, how do you feel as another tribe? How do you feel when it's like you don't have a say, only 2 tribes are going to sit on that chair?
Okay, I feel inferior. I feel invisible. Like no matter what I do, I can never be known, you know. They're like, even if I want to run for president today, I like, for example, take the one Wajakoya. Wajakoya did not fail because he did not have good politics. He failed because the strongholds did not know Wajakoya is. Like they were like, we know Raila, we know Ruto, but we don't know these others. Unaona? Aya Ruto head a Kikuyu backup, the one mwenye ametupa. So you are like these 2 people without if you are a Kamba, if you are not going to stand either with a Kikuyu or a Luo,
you're not going to do anything. So what is that? Why can't a Kamba just stand themselves na tujue now this Kamba is good, now this Kamba is going to go, this Kamba is going to become ama this Masai ama this like Taita. In fact kuna watu kwa politics
Taita, do I know any? I don't
ambao tunawajua vizuri. Kuna Wagiriama ambao tunawajua isipokuwa tukatilili Menza, you know. Kuna whether Mijikenda people, you know. Kuna watu, kuna Mbere, any Meru person. In fact kama ni the former governor of Meru somewhere,
Kawira Mwangaza.
Yeah, Kawira.
Is she former?
Yes, in fact I'll get impeached. I'll get impeached. So the thing is, what is that? Like lazima stick na one tribe ndo tukujue politically, you know. Na nani kwanza mwenye alifanya kwanza nini isikue Machakos? Inaitwa aje? Capital ilikuwa ikue Machakos. Si ndio?
Yeah, by the way.
Like kabaki itakuwa ipelekwe
Nairobi. I used to hear that story.
You know, politically, like, and you say that we did not fight, but politically we were like there. Back then, we were like there.
Yeah, for example, like Masako.
Yeah.
Not Masako, I mean Syokimau. She predicted a metallic snake.
Yeah.
That would come with a white man. And they were like,
but then Syokimau was a woman.
Yeah, Syokimau was like a woman. And she predicted of a white snake, white metallic snake, that would come with a white-clad man. So the people were like, what? And then after the white man come the white man, come the snake, which is the tree.
The tree, yeah.
Yeah, so
even
like
Mekatili wa Menza said the same thing. Said something about snakes. I don't know, they didn't, but wow. You know, hey, we should like really talk about this. Let's go back there in history and let us meet Syokimau. Back then when you didn't know about anything about the Western person. Back then when you used to do barter trade. Back then when the Kambas were doing the long trade, they were leading in the long trade, long distance trading. And the Wanyamwezi from Tanzania and from coastal people and the Arabs and the Transaran. And you know, we were doing barter trade with no money and stuff. We didn't know anything. okay, we had politics, but not the politics of today.
No.
I think we lived as one people, as a Kenyan people.
And the best...
Kenya, then go to like we people are from there.
Okay, the best thing
what
was...
used to happen back then?
The best thing was, if I remember history, when I was in primary, social studies was divided. There was social studies and then there was history. So my history teacher used to tell me...
Goja. Which
in school there, yeah. So I used to say that Kenya was one. Okay, Africa was one. There was no Kenya, there was no Uganda.
Yeah, there's no Tanganyika.
Yeah, the boundaries were put by the
these people when they came to the scramble and partition of
Africa. Yeah. So you would find we were ruled by us Kambas were ruled by
a chief.
Kikuyus still we were ruled by.
But this chief did not meet and be like, unajua sasa nini.
No.
They just to know that we are going to trade with them. Like the way the Maasais and the Kambas had like conflicts, the Ngombe and stuff. So they used to like go and steal for each other.
Yeah.
What did the Gikuyu do, by the way, then?
The Kikuyus? I think Kikuyus were... I think
we don't know. This thing is so confusing because in the mention of these things, you don't know what the Gikuyus were doing.
Yeah.
You don't know what the Luos were doing.
Luos were fishermen.
Yeah, but were they like long distance trading?
No.
No, we don't know anything about them.
They were fishermen.
Yeah. We just know that they say the Kisii, like for example, the moment that you hear the Kisii people in being now like discussed, inaanzanga tu like na vita. Unasikia the Kisii came and they dislocated the people of Shugwaya.
Yeah.
They came, they fought those people and those people are displaced. Alafu wakapita wakaenda huko. Unaona? So that's when you hear them and you don't know anything else about them. Unasikia?
Yes.
But there's mention of the Kamba people. There's mention of the Maasai people. There's mention of the Nandi people, the Giriama people, the Mijikenda, But then I don't know where in history we went and as a Kenyan people tukafika hapo pata other tribes to go to like hapo to go to hapo. To what happened though?
We were swallowed. We were swallowed by the big fishes.
They did sell us out.
Yeah,
they did sell us out.
Do you know right now, Zulfa? I can tell you name 10 of the 42 tribes. Unaweza name?
No. Yesterday I was talking to my sister and we were like, so how many tribes are there? But we were talking about like marriage and stuff, and we were like, so we were like saying, let us write down which kind of person do you want to get married to. So like, tuandike chini. Let me tell you, I couldn't mention like 7 of them.
Yeah,
like just like other tribes. But they, what are the tribes? I don't know what are the tribes in Zingani. I was like the Gikuyu, the Kisii, the Luo, the Baluya, the Taita, the Kamba.
Abagusi Mbere.
Abagusi nitesema Abagusi wa
kwanza.
Yeah.
Like,
and then we were like, because wanafanya tulikuwa like able to andike chini, who do you want to marry you, which tribe do you want to marry you, and we were like, so tukafika hapo tulikuwa like, and then basically okay, other tribes because atukumbuki other tribes, and that is not okay.
Do you know, speaking of marriage, there is this conspiracy that says if there are different types of women to marry. If you want to get rich, marry a Luo or a Kamba. A Luya or a Kamba. Rich. Yeah.
Where?
A Luya or a Kamba. If you want to come from being rich to poor, marry a Kikuyu.
Why? But I think that
because she will spend from you, but a Luo or a Kamba, a Luo will spend on you.
Oh yeah.
A Kamba will help you grow. Unaona? A Luya too will help you grow. And but a Kikuyu, I don't know why people get to be so
too personal the Gikuyus, and they're like don't marry a Gikuyu. But then there's this person was like, do not marry a Gikuyu woman because it is something, I don't know, I'm nafaa kusema, but they were like they kill you. they organize something ama they take the money.
Yeah, when you become rich, they organize that you die. What they will tell you to buy land in their home, and then they.
But is that true?
Okay, partially, yeah.
Because
there is a story I used to hear when I was young that I don't know, he was a family friend that he married a Kikuyu. They sired. They sired, I think, 3 kids. And then once the man relocated to the homeland of the lady. Because the lady was like, see, at home, my father's brothers are selling land. Instead of them selling to strangers, why don't we buy and relocate there? So the man was like, well, if that's what you want. So she said that behind every successful man. So the woman, there was like, okay, they went. After 2 weeks of relocating, the man died mysteriously. The man died mysteriously. He was beaten at night. It is claimed. It is some said that it was the wife's organizing. Others the brothers-in-law. So you never know. So it is said that the wife, the man died mysteriously, and the wife inherited everything.
She obviously.
Yeah, because
and this is why going back like to political things, you know, and then you're told if you go to the Luo people, if you're married to a Luo person, they're still going to marry their own tribe at some point. So the thing is, back to the question that I want to ask before we get into this marriage stuff is, how comes that their political issues are like so that way? Like, there's a secret that we don't know that happened back then when now Kenya was becoming ours. Hapo kwa independent, kwa ile meza walikuwa wamekaa. Did something happen? Kuna kitu ambayo, was there some betrayal? Because there's like a lot of venom between these two people. Yeah. And the way they feel they're so entitled to Kenya and the political and the future of Kenya is just like, you know, there. But sisi naona wakisi wameanza kukuja, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where they're coming from, you know, and they're kufuzwa Kenya.
This Kenya without Kisii.
Kuna petition endelea wakisi wafukuzwe Kenya. I don't know why walikuwa wafukuzwa Kenya. Yeah, there was a petition going on, so. But I see they're coming now politically. Kuna kina Matiang'I, and they want Matiang'I to become the president.
Hey, I can vote.
For Matiang'I?
Yeah, I can vote for like, really, do you know that man? That man was like, when I was in school, I always said, if someday I ever get to leadership point, I would just want to be like Matiang'I, because everything goes his way, like naturally.
Yeah,
he does not have to come to and start inspecting or giving promises. No,
he will speak what is supposed to be spoken,
and then he will come and find it.
And he will follow. But then, you know, when he became the first CS of education, I remember seeing it on television that he went to St. Charles Luanga in Kitui. It is in Kitui. Alifika tu like normal. Ako najua kuna kuja CS ama nini. Just normal. Si ndo shule ambayo ina pass kabisa. Let us go and see what happens there, you know. And alifanya tu kuland. Akafika tu, you know. And he was like, what is going on? Akapata hakuna teachers wako in class, sawa? Akapata walimu wako tu hapo, you know. And then teachers were like, where? And the principal was fired just on that spot. Wow. Why are your teachers not in class? Kunafaa kuwa saizi watu wako lab. Why is that not happening? You're the principal. You should make everything, you know. And there was this thing that was going on. Kuna huyu bado ndo Morara Kebaso something, you know. Accent ya Wakisi. So pia na yeye pia nasikia anataka kuwa president. I don't know Wakisi wanna come. Maybe things are going to change right now. You know, maybe things are going to be like, now we don't want all these two tribes speaking about our country like that. The only people who are they have the right to speak about everything, you know. So maybe because these Kisis are coming, like they're really coming for this thing. Sawa. Na sijui wametaka wapi man. Wamekam tu. Wamekam.
I used to hear about that Kisii kufukuzwa.
Yeah.
Ikiwa kama meme.
No, it was a real thing. There was a petition and stuff.
There was once a time that their hospital ilikuwa meme wako like Sibitari. Wameandika with CIBITARI Sibitari. And you're like God, we tumechoka sasa.
No, let us go back there. Like kwa post ya hospitali
Sibitari.
It's like the Kisii name.
No.
Sibitari.
Hospital imewekwa kwa mlango ya dispensary Sibitari. And you're like God, I am please
take these people mwapeleke hapo Uganda ama Tanzania, isn't it? But they're intelligent people. But then if you meet like a real Kisii, they're really intelligent. Like lawyers and doctors and people, they are really intelligent.
I had this friend once when I was in high school. He was quite charming. Yeah.
And really charming and confident. Like you don't stand a chance if a man mwenye ni Mkisii amekuja place. You don't stand it because they have this confidence and this charm. Utapata tu like you're married in that tribe, evil, you know. And hey, because I remember I used to have like this a friend of mine back in like high school. I'm going to go Mora. Sawa, Mora, Debbie Mora, you know, was like amenyamaza kutua hapo. Yes, accent ni Mkisii nini unadhani fala, but wewe everything iko tu huko and stuff. I think right now like she's a doctor or something. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So these people are coming. These people are coming.
Well, like this Kisii, if the Kisii rise, do you know it will be the beginning of almost everything. Every tribe rising
because
up.
we know when it comes like, you know, I don't know why we let these people like be the people like for that long. We've been living only two tribes to speak. Imagine. For us to be our elect leaders. There's just two tribes and we are like we are 43 people in this nini. So you know, so we should, all of us get a chance there. All of us should get a chance there. Unaona? So if now the Kisiis are waking up, maybe now the Giriama will wake up, maybe now the Mbere people will wake up and be like, okay, now we want what is ours. We want to be able to eat that cake that is being eaten there. Okay? So as we go on, I want us to go like you know, let us see if there's comments and then we'll read the comments. Hapa naona kuna Ann Kemboy. Ann Kemboy anasema that is true. Like we have been only letting two people lead us. Si vizuri na Kenya kuna watu wengi. Wacha sasa wa Kisii waamke tuendelee na hivyo na tribes zingine ziamke. Naona kuna Kevin Nyasuje anasema yes. It is a very difficult thing and a very confusing thing. I grew up just knowing it's like only a Luo president should be or a Gikuyu president.
Yes.
And what is that? But the same.
Just because they were there during the ruling.
Were there.
Yeah, I mean, just because they were the first one to rule doesn't mean
that they should rule forever.
For a
like
time.
An hereditary thing now.
No,
it
it's
has become
not
hereditary right now. It has become like only, but I see after Uhuru ni nani? Mtoto wake?
Yeah.
After nani ni nani?
That is not how it should be. As a country, we should know that this country it belongs to all of us.
All of us.
Not just one person.
No.
Not just one tribe. Because just that I personally hate politics. Just that because like.
No, but you should. But then I used to say like. When someone asked me politics, I'm like no, politics are
don't give
game.
me politics.
But then I came to realize how as a person, if you don't know your politics, if you don't know your politics, then you don't know your rights, then you don't know the laws of Kenya, then you don't know what you are as a citizen.
Yes.
So you're going to let these people just carry you kama upepo, like wakienda tu hivi kama windsocks, wakienda tu hivi unaenda. So I think we should know, we should want to know. As a youth people, we should want to know, we should want to speak, we should want to like speak and know our politics and know our rights and know everything. Sababu maybe wazazi wetu walikuwa like hii politics ni mchezo mchafu. Wajaka na wanachukua na Wagikuyu na wanachukua ni Mlima na Lake peke yake. And then see how it has affected us because we just electing the same people and as a Kenyan people as a tribe, as a different tribe from those two main tribes that are there, you know, unapata it is just we don't know what is going on. We don't know what is going on. And when you go back to history, go back to our people, we used to be like, everyone used to stand up for their own thing.
Yeah.
I don't know where we stopped doing that. Ama tulizimiwa wapi, ama ilibaki wapi, ujishikanishe na huyu ama jishikanishe na tribe ndio win. You should be as your own tribe. Venye wakisi, I think wakisi wanakuja peke yao ama wanakuja na mtu.
Wanakuja peke yao.
Unaona sasa?
Yeah.
So we're going to go on a small break and then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about then can a Luo person get married to a Gikuyu person, and then how does it work? Because even marriage is political. Okay? So let us go on that break.
Okay.
To know the sacrifices that Kimanthi, and that is Denan Kimanthi, did for our country, that is Kenya. Okay, so welcome. So kujua mtu, unajua lazima ukitaka kujua mtu, okay, when you hear the name Denan Kimanthi, what do you think of? Ukiambiwa tu saa 6 usiku, Denan Kimanthi.
Okay, when I hear about Dedan Kimathi,
ongea ukishout. Ongea sana sababu kuna
interference. Okay. When I hear about Dedan Kimathi, all I can my brain goes to a hero, a fallen hero, a Kenyan star of those years, someone who stood first, who stood to fight for this country, someone who made sure that this country will not be under the bondage of colonialists for all eternity. However, eternity is long.
So when the name Dedan Kimanthi is a hero to you,
yeah, it's a hero.
The moment our guest anasema, the moment the name Dedan Kimanthi is said to him, anasema is a hero, and that is true. Now that we're going to go back and know who is this hero and how did he become a hero. So Kimathi was born in the Geje village, Tetu division, in today's county, in today's Nyeri county. That is today's, yani kitambo kutoka the Geje village, Tetu division, but wale inaitwa Nyeri county. His father died in September 1920, a month before Kimathi was born. Sawa?
Yeah.
Kimathi was raised by his mother, Waibuthe.
Speaking about mothers, do you know that the children of single mothers are such strong ones?
True.
Very strong ones.
Because ukisema because when you're raised by a mother alone, you see the strength of a woman.
Yeah.
You see the strength. How can because let me tell you, my dear. Jesus
Christ.
This is our small guest here, so don't be surprised, viewers.
Yeah.
Okay, we love children. Okay. So, being raised by a single mother is the greatest flex of strength that you're going ever to see.
Yeah. Like, look, for example, our former president, Mr. Uhuru. Okay. When did Kenyatta die in?
He died when he was already a grown-up.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry. I wanted to use a good example.
So
a good example.
Yes.
But sorry.
Yes.
If I use the current one, Ruto, that one has some mixed up. But let's say he's an hustler. He grew up well, and now he's a president.
But in life, you've seen people.
Yeah.
Like Kimathi, he was raised by a single mother.
Yeah.
His mother's name was Waibuthe. Waibuthe.
Yeah, Waibuthe seems like a very strong woman, though I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see jina Waibuthe.
Yeah.
Sawa, inakaa ni kama mtu wa
the might of a mother.
Wasiha na nini? Ufuta na siha. So Waibuthe, one of his father's 3 wives. So when he died, he left 3 single mothers. Wow. Down. So at least hapo ulikuwa na support system.
Yeah.
So ujinga ni upate mlikuwa mnachuana, but I think kitambo stepmothers didn't hate each other.
No,
they used to live and cohabitate really good.
Okay, Jesus.
Really good.
Yeah.
With each other, okay?
Yeah.
So he had two brothers, Waibararia and Wagura, and two sisters. At the age of 15, he enrolled at the local primary school.
Yeah.
Now that is what
like
used to happen.
Yeah, kitambo watu walikuwa nasoma
Wakiwa wakubwa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember my grandpa telling me, yeah, yeye alisoma akiwa around 9 hivi. Yeah, aliingia shule akiwa around 9, akiwa big boy.
Yeah.
And though
even my grandma told me she went to school when she was 17 years.
You see
17, and you're class 1, 17 years.
You can imagine. Na sasa 17 siku hizi huyo ni mtu atuseme ako high school.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow.
Okay, so they enrolled shule, enrolled Karuna Ini, where he perfected his English.
Yeah.
He continued his education in the secondary school Tumutumu CMS school.
Yeah.
He was a passionate writer and wrote extensively before and during the Mau Mau uprising.
Yeah.
Now, Dedan Kimathi, my dear guest, that is a background. Hapo ni before. You know, kila mtu saizi, kuna ile before you became you, Mr. Philip. Before you, kuna ile history ya pale. Ulizaliwa lini? What is your background? Who is your mother? Who is your father?
Yeah.
Because yes, as a people tunaambiagwa, Dedan Kimathi was a Mau Mau fighter. But do we know his mother? Do we know he had brothers and sisters? Do we know? But they do know when something happens to you, it happens to your family.
Yeah.
But people never focus on the family.
Yeah.
They only focus on you. But anything that happened, unajua ni kama vile nakuwa nasema Yesu mamake, Yesu alikuwa anatembea na prostitutes. Yesu alikuwa anatembea na wezi. How did his mother and his brothers feel? Ukiambiwa mtoto wako alienda kupiga watu kwa church. Mtoto wako anatembea na prostitutes wa mtaa. Mtoto wako, you know, in this society, how do you feel when you say that? Yeah. So and then Mau Mau wasn't just a good thing. Yes, they are freedom fighters, but then they were called terrorists.
The
safe space.
Yeah.
Kenya was our safe space. Africa was a safe space.
Yeah.
And then some white people came. And that wasn't really beautiful.
There is this book I read. I think I was in high school. It's called We Come in Peace. So it's about a lady, a young girl, before and after the colonialists. It shows that before the colonialists, the village was very peaceful. It is in an Ukambani village. So the village was very, very peaceful. But one day, as their father was going for the long distance combat trade, he came back with those new people. He came back with Masai. She goes to work to a Muslim. The wife treats that girl terribly, and then the girl decides to beat her up. Yeah, then she beats her up, but the first maid who was there, was old in that home, she's the one who defends her against, because beating your boss is very terrible. So the maid is the one who is beaten to death, but the girl escapes. So my point is, invasion is invasion.
Have you ever read Captured?
Captured? Not quite, but I'll look.
Captured is just the same way. Captured is this little girl. She's with her father and her grandmother. You know, they say that kitambo ulikuwa unalala na shosho yako kama ni msichana.
Yeah.
Vijana walikuwa wanalala bila babu yao.
Yeah.
Because I don't think men used to sleep in men and wife used to sleep in the same hut. So they're just peaceful. And then the neighboring, the Samburu, it's about the Samburu and the Massa. That's those people of Massa beat and the Turkana.
Yeah.
You know, they are fighting for cattle and stuff. So they are peaceful and then they're invaded at night. And her dad is killed and she's captured. Now that's what's called Captured. I used to read that book a lot. And she had to resist at some point. And I think that is what Dedan Kimathi did.
Yeah.
You grow up and you see how your people, you know, if you see those videos and how people, you know, I saw them and I cried. And I remember I was talking to the producer, Mr. Felix, and we were like, you know, these things is what our forefathers went through.
Yeah.
And it wasn't good.
It wasn't.
So we were asking each other, what is the difference between Africa? And I'm not trying to minimalize what the Jews went through with Hitler. But as Africans too were kept in concentration camps, just as the same way as the Jews were kept in concentration camps by Hitler.
Yeah.
And you know, when you read later about it, you're told that when the Mau Mau uprising was so high, the British army was asking for help so that nukes can be sent. Walipue.
Dear God.
So it could have been something bigger.
Yeah.
It could have been like the Jews. It could have been. It was, but I'm not trying to compare it to the Jews, because the Jews thing is like, it's kando kidogo.
Yeah.
But as to, because when you look at the videos, you see that these people were kept in concentration camps.
Yeah.
And concentration camps are so bad. When you look at those videos, and you're going to see those videos, my dear listeners, they're so bad.
Yeah.
Our forefathers went through some nasty stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you this phone and you're going to see some things, okay? So, Dedan Kimathi grew up and he found that they were already captured. There was already an invasion in his own country.
Indeed.
And he had to fight for it. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now after reading the invasion, not tumeona venye amegrow. Venye amegrow akiona. Obviously alikuwa anaona venye watu wao mamake anafanya kazi kwa cotton. Venye kwanza venye babake ameshakufa, obviously the women were used to work for cotton.
And they used to work for free.
For free. You know, the kipande system was, you know, we shall get, listeners, we shall get deeper and deeper into this, but it wasn't a good time. You know, I kept myself in that situation. I was like, it must have been such a tense time. Okay? So we're going to go to know him. So, what did he do before freedom fighting? Okay? So, before becoming a prominent figure in the Mau Mau uprising, Dedan Kimathi held various jobs and roles. Here are some of his occupations before his involvement in the freedom struggle. 1. He was a teacher. He worked as a teacher, sharing his knowledge and contributing to the education of his community. So you're from school now, because then they used to go and perfect English and then go to college, and then ukishasoma education at college where you're a professor now, you know,
like
because that education was top notch.
Yeah, you're taken to even outside the country.
Yes. So Dedan Kimathi now tumeona kama mtoto mdogo pale akiwa 15 years old, ameingia kwenye primary, amekuwa mzuri kwenye English. Alafu ameenda tena sasa amefanya kazi fulani, si ndio Sasa tumeona what did he do before, because we want to know the man before the hero. We want to know who was that man. Okay? So now the man, he becomes a teacher. Okay? After becoming a teacher, he teaches, but then observe. But it is painful. Put yourself, now I want as my, you know, me, I love being creative, my listeners. Put yourself in those shoes. Now here you are, Rudy, imagine it, Rudy hapo. My guess. Jiweke in that situation. Umezaliwa kuna wazungu. Ni black and white kwanza. Sawa?
And you can imagine in those days, only the whites. The whites went to school. The blacks were like, if you are a black and you come to school, you sit like that. Well, the rest of the class is here, you are like,
kulikuwa ile racism. Hata restaurants hawezi enda huko. Ile ni ya wazungu. Ile ni ya wa fulani, ya Wahindi. Ile ni ya Arabs, blacks nini huko. And it is our country. So this man is looking at everything, is observing everything.
Indeed.
Pain and bitterness and wanting freedom. Where are the where are they? Where are these? That is freedom, They wanted that thing. So, he becomes a clerk. Anacha kufunza because maybe he's seen that some parents are dying, some children, some boys are being taken out. So he can't focus on that pain. So he goes to become a clerk, Then he held clerical positions in different organizations, gaining experience in administrative tasks. Sawa. Amesoma, amekuwa mwalimu, ameobserve, amejua, amebecome clerk. Amejua when you're a clerk, you know how to manage stuff, you know how to put to combine files, to typewrite, to, you know, filing system and stuff. So after that, he becomes a soldier. He serves in the King's African Rifles during World War II. However, he later decided due to the harsh condition and discriminatory treatment faced by African soldiers. So when they said partition and scramble of Africa, unajua hawa watu walikuwa wanachukua blacks kwenda kupigana huko kwa Hitler. Do you know that?
Yeah, yeah.
So they used to come and carry them and go. You know, come carry go. Come carry go. There's a song like that. Come carry and go. So they used to come and carry our African men and then they go to fight. One wanakuwa kwa fronts battle. Venye David alifanyia Uria.
Yeah, Uria. Yeah.
Anaona kwa fronts. Ni Africans wanakuwa kwa fronts. Ni whites wanaekwa huko. Ni Africans the first line. You're the ones who are going to die. Bomb ikikuja inawapiga nyi wa kwanza. Okay. So our guys amekuwa nini soja? Amekuwa mwalimu, amejua vitu. Amekuwa clerk, amejua administration. Amekuwa soja.
Sasa
he is learning.
Yeah, and now
now he knows compact.
The discrimination of that.
Yes, but he is
how
learning.
African men are being discriminated.
And he knows how. Unajua ukikuwa kwa army utajua how your opponent thinks. Utajua how your leader thinks. You know compact. You know compact. You know compact stuff. Unajua ni waeke pale to attack pale nini. So tell me, if you are Dedan Kimathi, being raised in such, going to become a teacher, seeing your students' parents dying and being overworked in concentration camps, then becoming a clerk and seeing how you're treated, even not paid sometimes, and then becoming a soldier, going to fight a war you don't even know.
You don't even know
why you're fighting. So how would you feel?
That thing is very diminishing. It even, let's say it kills the soul, and sometimes just you're like, and you remember that you did not choose that. He was
so sad.
Those times they did not choose to become soldiers. They were just taken. Like they come and select the strong men. You know, they select the strong men from the village, and they are like, yes, we need you and you and you to go and fight for the then King George. I think it was King George. I think. Yeah. So they're like, they were taken and then forced to fight a war they don't know where they're fighting, a war they don't know how it began. They're just fighting for someone, for people who are not even giving them the right kind of treatment they should get as fighters. You know, there is a way that someone can fight for you and they're like, yes, I'm fighting for you, and you are appreciating it.
And I know why I'm fighting.
Yes, and I know why I'm fighting.
So ametoka huko, sawa? So these experiences shaped Kimathi's understanding of social injustice and fueled his desire to fight for the rights of his people. His diverse exposure to different aspects of the society contributed to his leadership qualities and his ability to mobilize the Mau uprising and movement.
By then he was like, you know, I've seen how this is going.
I've seen how we're being treated.
Yeah, and this is not fair. This is not how we should be treated in our own country.
It's like he was backed up into a corner. Umeamka uko sawa pass, nimepata education. Nimepata job. Inafika a place they back you into a corner like hata nyinyi mmetuzoea sana.
Yeah, and they are like,
which is our country. Now you're taking us out kwa country to metu oppress. Now you're taking us out to kwenda to fight ambayo hatujui ni nini.
Na hadi tukifight instead of nyinyi kuwa fair, you are like mnataka tukufe sisi wote.
Yeah.
Na nyinyi ndio mbaki with the victory. And yet the victory should be for ours because they are the one who are in the front line.
And if we fight this war, but say that Asheni country to go free because you've taken our men. Because they used to take our men.
Yes, indeed.
I think that's why in the world hakuna a lot of men.
Like now in Kenya, it's the ratio for men and women is 7
because they took our men, our brothers, our fathers, our husbands.
Some things are so painful that even if I started imagining.
After some moment, you shall play the videos of how people were kept in concentration camps, and you shall see. Pale enteleni ku comment, you know, enteleni kutuambia, how do you think that these heroes fought for us?
Yeah, and how do you
and if they hadn't be added, they hawangekuwa wamefight. Ni kama South Africa. South African freedom yao imekuwa juzi na bado wazungu wamejaa huko. It's like South Africa ni wazungu bado.
And I still hear there is still racism and all that.
Tena iko vibaya sana.
Somebody once told me they would like me to go to South Africa, and I'm like, oh dear, I'm too black for that.
I don't know. But bado huko kuna hiyo shida.
See, why can't they just get rid of them once and
They
for
got
all?
rid of them late. In 2000.
Yeah, around the
Around Uko. So our producer now is going to play those videos. The videos of Denan Kimanthi. The operation videos. Yes. Okay. So let us go and let us go now and know wife and family. So sasa ameshaanza kujoin Maumau. Ashaanza kuwa like sitaki, but bado you know the heart wants what it wants, yeah. The heart must want what it wants.
Moyo ukipenda umependa.
Umependa moyo. Moyo wake Dedan Kimanthi ukampenda msichana mmoja anaitwa Mukami. So Dedan Kimanthi was married to Mukami.
Yeah.
Together they had several children, including Waishuri Kimanthi, Maina Kimanthi, Nyampura Kimanthi, Waisheke Kimanthi, Wangeshi Kimanthi, and Nyakinyua Nyamwera Kimanthi.
Yeah. Hey. But then people knew how to plan their lives. Children. Yeah, like beginning amesoma akiwa mkubwa akaenda after that akaoa and then
no, you know, I want to say, unajua leo nataka to discuss. Hata leo sasa tuingie bado into the Maumau because this is a topic that you're going to do today as our listeners and tomorrow. First, before to judge who this man and Maumau whatever, we want to know the man. You know, when you understand the man, you will understand his motivation towards fighting for this country, fighting for our independence, fighting for us to have our land back, fighting. Kwa nini? So let us get to understand the man. Amesoma. Amezaliwa, babake hayupo. Mamake ni single mother. Hata amjui babake sababu babake alikufa akiwa kwa ball 1 month so alikufa mwezi wa 8 at the 8th month.
At the 8th month of the pregnancy.
Yeah. So now he's raised by a single mother. He sees his mother wake up. Listener. Yeke hapo. See your mother. You don't even know your father. You wake up. There's an invasion in your country. It's a state of emergency in your country. And you're seeing your mother wake up every morning to go to work, to prune cotton. A moment of silence. Imagine.
And you're like, this is the life.
This is the life I have to live.
You have to live. This is the life that is waiting for you.
For me, for my children.
After like, let's say, school and all that. This is the life. Right now in this era, you are like, you see, you have a choice. But then there was no choice for our black child. The life that you see your parents in
is the life that you're going to live.
Is the life that you are going to live. In that life is the life that your children will live and your children until I don't know God knows when. Until kingdom come.
So he observes it.
Yeah. And he's like, no.
Anaipea a chance. Anaenda shule. Anasoma. Anakuwa mwalimu. Anafunza.
Anakuwa clerk. Before.
Have you seen the Sarafina movies?
Sarafina?
Yeah, South Africa.
Oh, yeah.
Sarafina.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
Have you seen that movie? I want you to look at that. That is the movie of Sarafina.
Indeed, this is very,
so
very
this man observes.
Yeah.
And he's giving it a chance, yeah? He's like, okay, let me learn. Maybe if I learn, these people will learn to treat me as their equal. Because I have learned, I can speak like them.
Yeah.
And you know, I heard that wamekataa languages, traditional languages.
Like for
they had to fight for the languages zetu ambazo tunazitumia saa hii zibaki. Tungekuwa zetu languages, traditional languages, all of us tunaongea the same language.
As this is what we are like
blacks.
You know, blacks and what
the blacks American hawana language.
Yeah.
Wanaongea to the same language.
The only language we know ingekuwa ni English.
French.
English.
Latin. French. Spanish, because we are learning them.
Yeah.
You know? So sometimes this guy gives a chance. I don't know if the videos are ready so that you can see them. Okay. So we are going to play those videos tomorrow because we are introducing the man. Yeah. So anakuja anapenda. Hata sikusoma watoto wote by the way. Alizaa watoto wangapi? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 children, yeah.
Wow.
So Muthoni Kimathi, Wangoi Kimathi, Wanjugu Kimanthi. It is important to note that the family of Dedan Kimathi has been actively involved in various activities to honor his legacy and to seek justice for the injustice suffered during the Mau Mau uprising. I don't want us to guse story ya Mau Mau bado. I just want to know the man today, and then tomorrow you can understand. We are going from the man to the hero.
Yeah.
The man, the
Now
boy,
it's
the
the
boy,
man.
the
Yeah.
man. The hero tomorrow.
The husband.
The husband
The
now.
father.
The father, the brother.
Yeah.
The son. Because you're told you're a son, you are a son
Before you are a brother.
before you're a brother.
Yeah, and
you're a brother
before you are a husband.
you're a husband
Before you are a
father.
Yeah.
And then you're a separate man.
And then from a father, now
You're your own man now.
Yeah. You
So
become
tell me,
what society
tell me,
wants to
how
see
do
you.
you feel? What does this man, when you look at him, he was trying to live a normal life.
Yeah, this is a man who was trying to make something for himself. A man who walked and was like, yeah, this is not the life I want. No, this is not a life that I will choose. You know, he was a father, and I am sure he did not want his children to live the life that he lived. He did not want his grandchildren or his great-grandchildren, or not just that, even his neighbors or friends' children to live that life. So he decided, I will be another kind of
Let me
man.
ask you a question.
Yes.
If you went back in time right now and you found Dedan Kimathi, would you tell him that he's going to be shot and killed and hanged?
Okay, it is said that if you went back in time, you should not interfere. But,
I would interfere.
But if
I would tell him, Dedan, you're going to be shot.
No, firstly, if you interfere, you just kind of tamper with the reality. But at the point of Dedan Kimathi, trust me, I would tell him, you know what, you are going to be betrayed, and this is going to happen.
Because I had a question somewhere, and they were like, maybe Dedan Kimathi was the president that we never had.
Yeah, I could say that too.
Maybe. So would you interfere? Me, I would interfere. I would tell him, Dedan, my dear, you're going to be shot.
Yeah.
So avoid kwenda kukata zile miwa. Because apparently alikuwa nakata miwa. Alipo ndo alishutiwa. But we shall get back to that tomorrow.
Was he shot or hanged?
Shot. It was shot first. Then he was apprehended. But we shall get back to that tomorrow. Tusiweze kuharibu spoilers. Za kesho.
Spoilers alert.
Sindio?
Yeah.
So Dedan Kimathi is there with his beautiful wife.
Yeah.
He loves, He
Yeah.
marries, and have you read the book? Is it The River in Between?
Yeah, The River in Between.
That kind of love story.
Hey.
That kind of love story.
Yeah.
Maybe him and Omboy and Mukami used to meet somewhere
And they would just
in a river and just like share love and share stuff and be like, one day when we fight for this independence. No, maybe no. They were not like, let's fight for this.
No.
They were like, my love. Let me say, what is my love in Gikuyu? I'm trying to search that.
Mwedwa wa goro. Mwedwa wa goro yakwa. There will come a day
when we will be good.
Yeah.
We should do these movies. Mbona tujafanya movie ya Dedan Kimathi?
By the way,
let us go back there. Let us see his love life. Let us see him as a man, not just as the freedom fighter. Him as a man and everything that pushed him. You're told that everything that you go through, every show is everything pushes you towards the person that you're going to become.
Yeah.
Maybe someday utaona Zulfa ameshakuwa Al-Shabaab. And I'm saying no.
Please
But why?
That.
But why? Ama siku moja nikuwe like, I have become a nun.
Yeah.
Why? Sababu development character huku nini nimeacha basi acha niende
ukienda kwa huyu ukienda kwa huyu heartbreak character development
so this man
he was like, yeah, I have loved you, let's make babies. No, but we need a free country. Yeah. No, I think before that akimari udema kwa anafikiria kuhusu kupigana yeye. No. But the moment that you see your child, and you're like, no, what I went through, no, umezaa kijana, uko like, kidogo kijana kifia 15 years, anachukuliwa na kapigane war, and I will lose my child. No, my child will not live this life that I lived. The moment, let me tell you, the moment that you become a parent, and you look at your child, and you're like,
I want to give you better. Mamangu alikuwa anakaswa kunibaia nguo za Christine, ndakuwa nakubaia nguo 3 za Christine.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So Kimathi looks at Waichuri. Kimathi is the firstborn. Yeah. And it's like, Waichuri, you're not going to go through what I went through.
Yeah.
So pale kwa love life ako nafikiria hivyo until you have your own child, you're like no.
And so, you know, that reminds me of this book I read, The River and the Source. They are like somebody, one of the characters, nilisoma kitambo when I was in primary, around class 6. So one of the characters was like, he wanted to become a freedom fighter.
Yes.
So, but his, I think, I don't know, it's his friend or father or brother, went and never came back. And do you know that really scared almost the whole community after they knew that. So I was like, I think that same reason scared Kimathi, like
going the same reason.
Yeah, going and never coming back. And they're like, yeah, that same reason is the main thing that made Kimathi not want at all his children, grandchildren, or great-grandchildren to suffer the same fate as his fellow soldiers in the king's army. And neither was it really necessary for him to just lay around. So he decided to become a better man, a better father, and a better hero for this country. Yeah. So to me, Dedan is not just your hero. To me, he is what is a mentor, someone that I look up to. Like I say, someday, if God permits me, I'd like to be like him. I'd like to make a difference in this country, to be a better man for the love of my life, to be a better father for my children.
Yeah, but then wapo mesema vizuri.
Yeah.
I think this person was inspired. Like I want to see my wife wake up in the morning and go start pruning some white man's cotton.
Yeah.
I don't want my children to be taken away from me and be sold to some slave somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it was like, you know what? We need to do something.
Yeah.
I, as a man, I need to protect my family.
Yeah.
And what can I do?
Yeah, he found that he can do 1, 2, 3.
Alifikiria maybe if I become a teacher, it will be different. It wasn't different. If I become a clerk, it will be different. It wasn't different. If I become then a soldier, it wasn't different. Now I need to do something different.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to read some comments here.
Yes.
Yeah. So, kwale kuna mtu anaitwa Plenson Felix. Anasema Naison Zulfa. Anasema Denan was indeed a strong man. That is true.
Yes,
that is true. Yeah. Okay. Now let us go back to na hapa kuna Irene Chendai. Irene Chendai anasema Denan was one of the unsung, like really unsung, because mi kuniambia mmemwekea to street Nairobi and his family keeps on saying how they are treated really bad. Imagine. I don't think that is everything. Maybe the government should do more, you know? Okay.
Yeah, this government should do more for our heroes. Not just naming streets after them. Because now there is a street named after the Gen Z that was shot, you see, after Masai. But the government should even put a respectable places for them, and even they should even name counties or so. And that is my opinion. I'm not a historian or a politician, so that was just
Ibaki ni county ya Denan.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, so tell me, I have a question. Yeah, so now you're there, you're back there.
Yeah.
And everything is happening the way it is happening. I'm thinking the car na kaa venye saizi kuna kaa hivi.
Yeah, kuna kaa kunyesha.
So it was like it was cloudy all the time now. Hakuna sunshine now anymore. Tell me, what would you have done? I
would have tampered with the whole history thing. I would have really tampered with it. Firstly, I would tell the Mau Mau that the Kapenguria 6 are going to be caught. I will make sure that in every place.
Okay, I think saizi wameanza because unaona saizi mashule wamekubali watoto wakuwe na manywele. But kitambo because of the Mau Mau and everything being associated with the Mau Mau, the moment umeshaanza wale karefu kidogo.
Yeah, they are called unruly.
Mr. Kimathi
And Mrs. Kimathi.
are there going through their own thing,
Yeah.
and then now they are in Africa. Kituendelea Kenya, kituendelea Tanzania.
Indeed.
Kituendelea Tanzania, kituendelea. I don't know about the Middle East though then, but they bana tujui story ya Middle East then.
Middle East was the same because it was I think those countries were colonized by others, France, Italy, like this French was in.
But okay, what we know about the Middle East is that the Arabs were trading with us.
The Arabs. I don't think the Arabs were colonized, were they?
Yes, bana tujui story yao.
Our history does not cover
And
that.
because we were told the barter trade was before colonization.
Yeah.
The Trans-Saharan, whatever, the Libyan, whatever, and stuff, you know. So
what I know is that the Middle East came to colonize us first. Well, the first colonizers of Kenya, because in that, as I have said, in that book We Come in Peace, there is those Muslims were the ones who bought that family. Were the ones who bought the family of that lady, and they were like, you know, we want you to work for us, unaona? And it was kind of like they thought they were friends. Instead of being friends, they turned out to be foes. Another thing is that I think was it in Zanzibar where they were ruled by Muslims too.
But then I was talking about with my sister that kind of thing.
Yeah,
they
were ruled.
Why I moved his name from Muscat to I want to
oh God, what was his name?
Sumahal something, Sumahad something,
Yeah.
a Muslim name, yeah?
Yeah.
So what we are trying to, as we close up this show, today we are learning about the man. And this is a new show, Upper Kenya News Alert. Inaitwa Government and History.
Yeah.
You know, tumeona venye watu wanaenda wajui their rights.
Indeed.
They don't know their government. They don't know their history. That's why vitatumika.
Yeah.
But let us go back there. Let us know when this country was fought for. What happened? Who are the people fighting for this country? And who are the people fighting for it now? So we're going to compare those people and right now and see where we went wrong as a people and as a country. Yeah. So today we're introducing the man. Tomorrow we shall be dealing with the Mau Mau now, the hero. The Mau Mau leader.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you so much. This was my guest,
Philip Lewis.
and I am your host, House of Zulfa. Karibu and bye bye.
Ciao.
Hello, habari, good morning. This is Kenya News Alerts, and this is Morning Tea, and I'm your host, House of Zulfa. And today also nimeletea mgeni pia ambao tuko discuss some issues, so I'm going to let the guests introduce themselves.
Hello everyone, I'm Lewis Philip, and I'm happy to be here with you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Karibu.
Asante.
So Kenya, ukoaje?
Niko poa. Yeah, kupambana na hii life too.
Una feel Kenya ikupeleka aje?
Kenya is not everyone's cup of tea, so. So yeah, we just have to
bear with it, yeah?
To bear with it.
Because it is our country.
It is our country, it is our home.
Because we love it.
Yeah.
Unajua unaambia ukipenda unakuwa fala. Unakuwa tu fala, unafunga tu macho to some things, yeah.
You can't do anything about it.
You can't do anything. You won't abandon it.
You can't.
Ukishapenda hata akue aje.
Hata kufanyia.
Now Kenya is our love, yeah?
Our first love, by the way.
Yeah.
Hadi akitua to break, we are like, tusha jitolea.
No, like maybe hakuwa na intent.
Yeah.
Maybe ilikuwa mistake.
Ilikuwa makosa.
Maybe hakuwa najua ni mie na heart. You know, you give it excuses, yeah? When you love something.
Indeed.
And this is Kenya, it's our first love.
Yeah.
Because the moment you're born, you're Kenyan first. I think you're Kenyan first.
Yeah, you're Kenyan
Before
first.
you're even your tribe, you're Kenyan first, yeah?
Yeah.
Before useme wewe ni Mkisi. Sindio?
Yeah.
Yes. So, welcome to our studios.
Thank you.
So good to have you here.
My pleasure.
Yeah. So, kuna kitu ambayo imehappen. Si kama ambaye unajua our former presidents. Mtoto wa our first prime minister.
Yeah, Mr. Uhuru
Jomo Kenyatta. But jina yake kwa ni Jaden for real.
I hear Jaden.
Call him Jaden.
Mwenye alimuita Jaden alijaribu.
Inakaa joke sahi.
Yeah.
When you're called as a child, when you grow up, inakaa nani alikuita hivyo?
And everyone is like,
it's like, sijui parents think because you're cute and you're little and then you call that name. When you grow up, it's not a serious name.
Yeah.
Ni kama like right now a man comes and aitwa Jaden kwanza napasua. I'm a junior. Those names are like no serious at all.
There is this mzee akiwa kijana alikuwa anaitwa Junior. Sasa hizi mtu anamtanga Junior na like and that mtu wamekuwa mabeshte hivi. So kwa zile za mimi nakaa kijana mwenzako.
That's your name. Unaona?
Yeah.
Like ni kama mtu fulani kwa Sweetie. Jina lako ni Sweetie.
Sweetie.
Yeah, like the name was Sweetie something. You know? So Jaden, our former president, yeah. Anajua ukiretire enda kuishi Gatundu.
Yeah.
North.
His home.
Yeah. Na kumekuwa na some things happening. Tukamsikia alikuwa kwa harusi. Yesterday actually morning we were discussing about how alikuwa kwa harusi ya mtoto wa Kalonzo Misaada, now Mrs. Martin Nyaga.
Yeah.
Na Uhuru alienda huko.
Yes.
And people are like, no, this is not just a marriage, you know, because in Kenya everything they do is politically inspired.
Yeah.
It's political, every move. Nilikuwa naambia watu jana nasema everything that Kenyan politicians do is politically inspired. Hata ukisikia ati sukari iliamka Mumias something
political.
You know, political.
Yeah.
And so when you look kule people, Kenyans were like, maybe these guys are just not there. Uhuru agenda pale just for arusi, you know, because for the longest time amekuwa tujui nini endelea. Actually the first time we heard of Uhuru after ameretire ni juzi walipopatana kwenye kanisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, our president and I think Raila was there too, you know.
Yeah.
And akasema mimi naangalianga tu TV. Na sasa tu radio mimi niko tu naangalia tujaluza kwani where have you been?
Yeah.
You know, because the moment you went home and you handed over mamlaka to Ruto, you just disappeared. Yeah. So where have you been? Mimi naangalia tu TV na news nini, you know. So that's the first time we heard of him, and then the second time we are seeing him making moves. Tunamuona kwa nini ya Kalonzo, kwa wedding ya mtoto wa Kalonzo.
Yeah.
And Kenyans as Kenyans, because we have freedom of speech, we are like, no.
There is something.
What do you think? Like how now unajua Kalonzo anatisha for presidency 2027.
Yeah.
So tell me, what do you think about that? Do you think alienda tu hivyo?
No, that can't be at alienda hivyo because they are besties. That is not possible because the same teacher I was told me that I was talking about the other day, told me that in politics there is no permanent friend or permanent enemy.
Yes.
So you can't tell me that Juzi Kalonzo was who was Raila's Korana was now is besties with the president.
Okay.
Ruto. That is not possible.
Yes.
So there must be something that transpired in between there. Politically kabisa.
You know?
Yeah.
And the funny thing was, and Kenyans really observed that, we didn't see the couple photos. We were just seeing the photos of Uhuru and Kalonzo. So they were like, these people are just getting politically married, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because kama ni harusi unataka kuona picha maybe Uhuru apiga na the couple to be.
Yeah, by the
But
way.
ilikuwa tu tunaona tu picha za Wamalwa, tunaona picha za Kalonzo, Mr. Kalonzo, picha za Mr. Uhuru, Mr. Jaden.
Yeah. You seem to like that name.
I love it's Jaden.
Jaden.
So, they were people were like no. Maybe sasa Kalonzo ameshikana na mlima. Unaona?
Yeah.
Now because you know, and we talked about that. Yeah, we said why does it mean like every other tribe has to shikana with another tribe? but that was yesterday.
Yeah.
That was, I'm just recapping it so that you may understand now.
Yeah.
That was a move ambayo tuliona Uhuru ameshikana hapo. Unajua mlima is a big political thing. Sasa nikitaka kura hata tukisema Kisii za coming and you want to be independent as other tribes to vie for things in this country, bado you unajua you have to play the game.
Indeed.
You have to play the, don't hate the player,
hate the game.
Now the game is like that, so Kalonzo ameshikana na mlima, so that means the mlima itamsupport. Wacha nikunywe funda la maji.
Okay. So the mlima, okay, this is politics, dearest. And politics is like have you ever played chess?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, politics and chess.
It's like chess. It's intense.
Like one time there is no way, and then the other, the king is moved, and you're like, guy, how did this come here? And you're like, okay, this is crazy. So so politics is something that you should not even bet about.
No,
it is more unpredictable than football.
And the thing is, you have to play the game. You have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Tunasema yes, but you have to. When you look at it, when unakaga unaona lazima ujishikanishe na either Wajaka ama Wagikuyu. Either ujishikanishe na either two. Now Kalonzo, people were like, Kalonzo anajishikanisha na wapi? Na mlima. So that happened like I think yesterday. Not yesterday, I think the previous day, and now tunasikia sasa jana Ruto ameenda kumvisit Uhuru.
Wow.
Now that is a topic. That's what I'm going to say. Now that was one move. Ameenda, and we're like, now sasa huyu amejishikanisha na nani? Na mlima. Now Ruto is like, ngoja guys, what is happening? Ameenda huko. Juu nasikia alifanya alifika hapo saa 6 mchana, hakuwa na magari.
With the public transport and like
so
how?
Sasa kila mjue na kam. Unaona? Unaona kwa like rada ni gani bro? Hasa mwanza kujishikanisha na mtu mwingine nini. So I'm going to read this, and let me listeners comment and ask anything and tell us. Let us share this, So let me read what's happened, So in an unexpected twist that has left political circles buzzing, President William Ruto paid a surprise visit to his predecessor Uhuru Kenyatta on Monday at his rural Ichaweri home in Gatundu South, Kiambu. Sawa? The meeting comes nearly 3 years after sustained political animosity between the two, which has been punctuated by public spats, dramatic incidents, and accusation of political retribution. The meeting also raised eyebrows and sparked speculation about potential though in their coming election.
Indeed.
Niambie.
Okay, this is Kenya. And in Kenya hakuna kitu inafanyikanga by chance.
But especially when it is the politicians.
Hapo huwezi pata ati they did this because of this and that. No, Ruto, I don't want to say he was scared, but maybe he is. Because anaona hapa Kalonzo might rise. And as I said, Kenyan politics is not something you can predict about, because right now Kalonzo is let's say with the mountain, is with the Murima. So maybe PK, do you remember PK? PK might say, I too want the support of my people. Or even Gachagua. He's not that he's
but
not
the moment now, like Gachagua jasema ana vie for anything. So when the Murima stands now, Murima is the entire Murima. Murima ikwangi divided. Akwezi kuwa kuna Gachagua pale kando na kuna Uhuru pale kando. When they say we are going to support Kalonzo, is the entire Murima. So that's the good thing. I think that's why they've been politically ahead and powerful, because they stand together, not like other people that they just tukona huyu, So continue.
So the visit might be for, maybe he wants Uhuru's support this time. he wants his support. Okay, with the fact that they have been on a clash lately. So you remember hizo pesa za bodyguards retired presidents.
I remember Kansedena speaking about that.
Yeah, so they have been on a clash maybe
for 3 years. For 3 years.
Yeah, you can imagine.
It happened,
yeah.
It happened when 3 years ago. It happened that let me remove these glasses for a moment. It's a serious issue, yeah.
And by the way, today you look cutesy demure.
Very demure.
Very cutesy.
Thank you. So it happened. I remember ilifika wakati ambao tulisikia eti walikuwa bado ni deputy and president Uhuru and Ruto. Tukasikia kuna clashes na happen na wasikizani huyu ako huku huyu ako huku ako huku, and that was animosity went until the last time. Ikafika place mpaka sasa now Mr. Uhuru wasn't supporting now Ruto for presidency. He was supporting is for nani Mr. Raila, you know, and I think that really fueled and agitated a lot of people and the promises, especially Mr. Ruto. Sindio? And now kidogo, you know, ni kama it's like a Kenyan thing that every president like goes for 2 terms. Now this Ruto president now is like, how comes so umeenda kusupport watu wengine, and he knows the moment that Mlima ina support the another place hapo you don't have a chance.
Indeed.
You know, so it's like, let me go and see. Let me now put yourself in Ruto's shoes. Akaona ya nini happen. Nini
inaendelea?
Hebu nikium jamani ambie dada. Unaona ni kama is going back to your ex and being like, so niambia utanipea child support mpaka nini, ama utanilipia nyumba mpaka na sana naona umeanza kulipia shiko nyumba tena. Unataka aje? Unataka aje, you know? So it's like naenda huko, hebu niende huko, an emergency thing, or maybe a PR thing. Unaona? Maybe we don't know. So what do you think about it?
Okay, according to me, Ruto wants the Murima support.
Now he doesn't have it since Alinini Kashagwa. Actually, unajua alikuwa na Murima support mpaka the moment that Alinini impeached Kashagwa. Because Kashagwa is from the Murima. Yeah. So the moment unajua obviously says Murima iko like atumtaki. Atumtaki ametolea mtu wetu hivyo. Hivyo. So right now maybe he thought the only support that he had near Uhuru. But he's trying to patch the relationships to build the bridges that he burned. Unajua naambiwa of which the Spartans walikuwa wakienda war, they burned all the ships. So unajua if you don't win this war, there's no going back home. You're going to die in this land. I don't know if you know that thing about the Spartans.
Yes, I used to hear that.
Everywhere they went. Ukifika unajua ile gari imekuja nayo imagine if you're told, imagine you put yourself in these shoes, like you're going to school na babako akikufikisha hapa na kuambia auregei au babako anashutiwa hapo, unaambiwa sasa hakuna mahali unaenda until you get an A, until you do well, you exceed in your exams.
Wow.
What should you do? So now this man
just have to work hard.
Now this man, Mr. Ruto, banned all the bridges. He has banned.
Yeah. Zote kabisa.
Ameziban vibaya, alibana Uhuru. Kabisa. Ameban na Gachagua. Na hiyo ni Mlima sasa. Na tumesema hata tukisema let us not hate the players, let us hate the game. We know lazima ujishikanishe na one tribe. Okay, in future maybe it will be different. Maybe now the Kisses will come, upate Kisses wako peke yao, Taita wako peke yao. Like you can vie on your own with your own tribe and Kenya will accept you. Like the only thing unafaa kujishikanisha nayo ni Kenya peke yake. See it ni your a certain tribe or a certain thing. But for now, because the game iko hivyo, now our president ban bridges, a lot of bridges. Anaona sasa nimesha bana Gachagua, hiyo ni Mlima, ni sasa inabidi anaona sasa Uhuru ni kama ameanza kusupport Wakamba sasa. Wakamba wako na Wajaka
kabisa,
ni baki na nani? So now he runs to Uhuru. What do you think they were speaking? You know the first time you see your ex,
like
munakuwa na ile moment flani.
Kwanza kuna hii moment of silence. like macho tu ndio inaongea. Mko like zile za hi.
And then you're like, okay, how is the weather? and then
how
does it come from? Because let me, when I want to understand things, I'm a creative,
yeah.
So when I want to understand something, I must like put stuff myself in those shoes, and be like, now let me assume like this is my ex, because when it's political, Kenyans are saying it's a political marriage. So at some point, Ruto and Uhuru, they were politically married.
Yeah.
And then things happened in the bedroom about to understand.
Yeah.
Unaona?
Yeah.
And now, after 3 years, you're going to see this person again. How does it go? Mnanyamaza kwanza. For a moment. Mnaangaliana. This love, like some hate and love. Hate and love works together, yeah?
Yeah.
Me, the moment someone tells me, I hate that ex, I'm like, you love that ex. Because the moment that you let go of someone, you're numb to them.
Yeah.
You're numb. Like, hata afanya nini, you're like, but at a head, so you meet and you're like, so maybe we'll meet. Now, to happen in that, I told you, our viewers and listeners, let us put ourselves there. So they are there, wanaangaliana. Able to go in that moment, wanaangaliana, they're like, okay, hi. Naona huku Gatundu mmepanda mahindi. Unaona?
Yes.
And then he's like, hey, hata kuna tusukuma tukoma. Because you don't know how to get into. There's a hanging cloud there. There's a hanging thing.
There is a heavy mood.
There's a heavy mood. Mko tu hapo. Yes.
Yeah.
And now you're just like, okay.
There is this speaking of ex, there is this friend of mine.
Yes.
She's actually my cousin, and she's like, leo unajua this huyo ex wangu alini text and ako like, do not hate your exes. They were once your
the reason of your happiness.
Yeah, and I consider I don't hate my exes. It's just you specifically. So I'm now with the Nani's situation, with Uhuru and Ruto's situation, I think Uhuru is like, I don't hate my exes. It's just you because you wanted to sabotage everything I stand for. Like, okay, so how do you explain wanting to take away my security and my pension and reducing my pension
and my bodyguards and my bodyguards and my mother being harassed and my children being harassed. But then there was a tense situation after. I remember last year in this same radio we were discussing and we were like, there was a tense moment where his children were harassed wakati wa maandamano.
Indeed.
Unaona? So there's a tense moment here. So mnaanza accusation. Wala mimi sikuwa na intent kudu hivyo. Unajua sasa ilibidi unaonyesha watu niko na power. All do hivyo kwa nini?
And they're like, we kwanza that was unfair.
And the blaming game. Unaona? Wewe kwanza mbona ulikuwa ni support mimi na ukaanza kusupport watu wengine. Wewe na wewe kwa nini ulifanya hivi? It's a blame game, yeah. But now, so the sources are saying that they discussed about we are in a state of hate in this country right now. It's like an emergency. We don't know, animosity between each other. Sasa ni wale, it was a secret meeting, but kuna watu ambao wanatuletea umbea ilikuwa ndani. So they're like they were discussing about the state of this country. The state of this country is not really good.
It's not.
Because the youth of this country are really upset. The old people are losing hope with this country. And our leaders are not listening to us as the people of tomorrow. So there's a lot of things that happened, and we are there. It's like, speak. We're waiting for as the people of Kenya, we're waiting for the government to address the issues that are happening, that happened during Maandamano, because we lost a lot of people. We are saying that we are not employed as the youth people, and the youth are the people of tomorrow. The youth who are killed because of speaking, and we are speaking, we are saying there's issues going on, and the government isn't listening to us. So they are saying there's animosity. Because if you saw what happened with the Maandamano, the Gen Zs were really angry. Really angry. Unaona? With the government, you know? So, inasemekana kwamba jana walivokaa chini, waliongelelea kuhusu the state of this country. Now, let me ask you a question here.
Ask.
as a youth, are you happy?
As a youth,
Are you happy with the state of this country?
I can't say I'm happy. Because firstly, life in this country is intoxicating, and it is becoming unbearable for the youth. Firstly, there are no jobs. Like wizi imeongezeka to a point that a friend of mine said that beshte yake aliibiwa simu kwa tuk-tuk. Yeah, tuk-tuk. Hapo nyuma kwa watu wangapi? Na simu imeenda tu hivyo, and you'll not know who took it, and you'll not know how it went.
Na wananyamaza.
Na ni watu wangapi?
And do you think, I was telling, we were discussing, and I said, I can't blame people who are stealing right now. Why? These people went doctors, went to school, because the government promised us, go to school, get a degree, you're going to get a good job. And then you go and your mother sells all the land and your father is sacrificing everything. You go do your engineer degree, you go do something, and then there's no jobs. And you are promised that if you focus on education, you're going to get everything. And now you don't get it. And now you have to pay rent. Na sisi si kama kitambo vya 1000 ilikuwa ni 100k. Sasa 1000 ukishabai unga una fare kurudi nyumbani.
Imagine.
Ukishabai mafuta hauna fare kurudi nyumbani. Ukishalipa stima hauna, you have to pay rent. You have to eat, you have to dress.
Hey.
You have to survive. And you know this, unaambiwa there's nothing so dangerous as a desperate man.
There isn't.
People are desperate. People Kenyans right now are desperate. Really desperate. No jobs. Hakuna hiyo employment kwa tunaambiwa we shall create him. No, amna.
See, I've had,
like it gets higher.
Yeah.
The expenses of life is getting higher and higher.
Yeah. I've heard that unemployed teachers wanapelekwa majuu. Sasa okay, watapelekwa majuu.
Why?
Those people have families in this country.
Why?
There are schools in this country.
Why are they getting pelekwad maju?
Because huku, I don't know, they are not.
Hakuna opportunities za kazi.
Imagine.
What is that?
See, the government should
create. Is the government taking them maju? Ama ni wewe unajipeleka maju?
Government inakupeleka. Na sasa ubaya ni unajua inakupeleka ngani na kuache huko.
When is utafute kazi?
Yeah, inakupeleka inakuache huko. Just because you are a teacher, unaenda tu huko. You can imagine. Okay, for example, wachukuliwa wapelekwe Sudan. Like right now as a youth, and as a youth I can say that we just feel like we don't belong here anymore. Because how can we belong to a country?
Do you know that
where instead of the youth being given opportunities, old people are the one who are given the opportunities, and our watu wameishi miaka yao.
That's why our youth are going back to drugs.
Yeah, our watu wameishi miaka yao, hawa watu wako na pesa zao. We need that little amount because we have families out there. The things that we are doing, hii bangi si ati we just decide wacha leo niamke nikuwe mvuta bangi. No.
Stress.
I am in stress, I am in depression.
To escape.
Yeah, something hata kama ni 5 minutes, it will take my mind off things.
And we are blaming them. And we said achana mayus. So wao ni kula tu madarati, wanatafuna mogoka, wanavuta bangi, wanalewa, wanajidunga, wanaiba, chafu. It's the state of this country. We are desperate as the youths of this country. So those are the kind of things that they were discussing back there, yeah?
Yeah.
So, wakasema bado, they were saying that the solution, the solution, which I will discuss after we come back from the break, you know, during the break, what I can tell my viewers is that continue on commenting, continue on viewing, continue on telling us how you feel about the state of this country, and tell us, do you think that Ruto going to visit Uhuru? What is it? Is it a political move? Are they genuinely concerned about the state of this country? You know? So let us go for that break and then we will be back shortly.
the only sane body that brings the country and the leaders together.
Okay.
Because this, when religion is not there, and the leaders will be like this judge who feared no man or God, you see. So the religion ensures that God's voice is at least heard, and these people, even if they do not fear other people, they will fear God. Unaona? So the religious body is one of the main that should be respected, and these leaders should know how to bring it together. Si juzi kuna huyo priest alikata pesa za Ruto kwa kanisa ya Catholic. Yeah, like that is one of the
akasema pesa irudishwe.
Yeah. So you see, and there is this another nini.
So the question is, the question that I ask, Sawa, you say that the number one body, the most sane body.
Yeah.
But the question is, they don't speak up. They didn't speak up when everything was happening bad. When they were receiving that money, until now the Gen Zs were like, no, is when they spoke up, and they were like, oh. Unajua hata kwenye Yesu kwa Biblia walisema Kaisari apewe yake na kanisa ipewe yake.
Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and to God what belongs to God.
Give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Ana naimbanga hivyo. Give to Caesar. Something like that, yeah. But the thing is, I think that sawa, church ikue kwa nini kwa politics. But politics isiingie kwa church.
Yeah.
Unaona? Do you get that?
Yeah.
The church should speak up. The church should keep things balanced, you know, be like no. Sawa? Because unajua hata England bado they were ruled by like popes and stuff.
Yeah.
Pope ndo alikuwa na bonga anasema hiki kitu inaweza my ways.
Yeah.
And I remember kama unajua history ya Henry
the sixth.
Of Tudor.
Yeah, lately he has been my case of study.
Yeah.
And his 6 wives.
Yeah. And that person was dangerous. He used to just like and nini undead. No one undead. Amani. Ndangwaji unalive.
Yeah.
Unalive his wives. Like just random.
Executing.
Yeah. So the Henry of the Tudors,
Yeah.
I think is the one who changed the church.
Yeah, because
and now the Protestants were born from there.
Yeah, from the
but
Church of
back
England.
then from uko history the church lazima ikue in government, or serikali, even in our own traditional. By the listeners and viewers, we have this show that you have created our government and history. We shall be good Sakumi. We'll be having those discussions there. So now the church used to be, because wasikia hata chief aliwanda kusacrifice even then. Sawa?
Yeah.
But umepata sana like ni kama church na government wameingiliana sana, unapata ni kama the government is controlling the church. And church should be an independent body, not the religion, because kuna the Islamics, sawa?
Yeah.
Kuna
Hindu.
the Christians, the Hindus. So now when the government inakuja nekani kama ambaye ina control church, unapata we don't know as a people who can we trust. We don't know as a people who can we trust. And we know who are these stakeholders. You know, I want to research who are these stakeholders ambao wanaongea kwa government.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Now tu wakishikana, okay, that is a good advice from the former president. Sawa, church na nizishikane zikuwe one thing.
Yeah.
One thing, yeah. But the question is, if wakikuwa one thing, will they speak with one voice ambayo it is good for the Kenyan people? Ama will they speak with a voice ambayo is not for the Kenyan people?
Me, I think wakishikana wanaekwa tu kwa mfuko. This is Kenya, my dear, and money. Kwanza this time kwa hii serikali ya Ruto, money now speaks louder than any.
And money shouldn't be, because there are people who don't have that money.
Sasa now we are told.
I want to ask you. Unajua Hustler Fund?
Yeah.
Did you deal with Hustler Fund?
Yeah.
Ulichukua Hustler Fund?
Nilichukua.
But then your Hustler Fund ilikuwa ni ya nini? Ya kutusaidia ama ilikuwa tu ni like something ama me, you know, I used people hear people say it is money laundering and stuff, you know. And it is said that the Hustler Fund is something that is supposed to help the youths and people who wants to start up businesses and hustlers, you know, out here. And nasikia kuna watu ambao wanasema wamesaidiwa nayo, but the majority wako like kunisaidia. Uliambia ukilipa unaongezewa limit, but haijaniongezea limit nili to 500 bado. Now how can I start business with 500 shillings, you know? Because 500 ni unga moja ya ugali and maybe sukuma. Unatembea mguu kwenda home sasa. Right? So tell me about Hustler Fund.
Okay, Hustler Fund. People,
but that was the thing that was going on yesterday, bado. There was something like that going on. Ruto alienda kwa nini? Alienda KICC kwa sherehe second anniversary of Hustler Fund. So tell me, has it helped you and your friends that you have talked to about them? Imekusaidia? Because when umesema, since yesterday they met, na wakaongelea kuhusu eti religion and the civil and the stakeholders, ukasema money is the only thing. Now, money, we are told money ya Hustler Fund yatusaidia sisi. Has it helped you?
Okay, Hustler Fund. I don't remember kama nisaidia because nilikuanga na Daisha. I was stuck in a situation and I wanted like 700 like really fast, and I had been taking and paying urgently, so I thought maybe this time wataniongezea. Nikakuja kupeana tu ni ile 200 yangu, and they are like, and I'm like, how can this help me when all we hear are fake promises that ukilipa unaongezewa and hakuna kitu kama hiyo. So it's very very, and most of my friends are like hii kitu itusaidii because unachukua inaanza kuzana almost immediately.
Inazana.
Almost immediately.
Yes.
So you're like, okay, sasa hii inazana